For 300 years, the Galactic Culinary Institute had churned out the universe's most elite chefs. It was a temple to sophisticated cuisine, a place where food science met high art. Its students were the best of the best, Vraxian flame masters, Centauri molecular artists, but they had never, ever seen a human. Until me, Marcus Webb. I walked into that amphitheater with my old duffel bag, and you could hear a pin drop, or whatever the alien equivalent is. I wasn't much to look at, just a guy with some gray in my hair and hands that had seen a lot of kitchens. To them, though, I was a caveman who'd stumbled into a quantum physics lecture. One of them, a big insectoid guy named Zelther, even whispered, "The primitive has arrived." I heard it loud and clear. The professor, a serpentine being called Venix, looked just as skeptical. "Mr. Webb," he hissed, "are you aware this program involves molecular gastronomy and bioadaptive cuisine synthesis?" "I read the brochure," I said, dropping my bag with a solid thud. "The first day's assignment? Present your species' greatest culinary achievement." One by one, they showed off absolute marvels. Zelther created a dish from pure energy that existed in 11 dimensions. Another student had living crystals that sang as they dissolved on your tongue. It was all impossibly advanced, elegant, and frankly, a little sterile. Finally, it was my turn. "And you, human?" Venix asked. "What primitive offering do you bring?" I stood up, reached into my bag, and pulled out a simple ceramic bowl. I could practically feel them recoil. "This," I said, pulling off the cloth, "is chili." The silence was deafening. "That is food?" one of them asked. "My scanners register it as a Class 3 biohazard," another chirped in. Zelther clicked his mandibles. "The molecular breakdown suggests multiple toxic compounds. This is poison, not cuisine." I just smiled and pulled out a spoon. "That's the point." Professor Venix slithered closer. "Mr. Webb, this contains capsaicin at levels that would trigger medical intervention protocols." I cut him off. "About 300,000 Scoville units. It's a ghost pepper chili. My grandmother's recipe. They didn't even know what a Scoville unit was." "You have a measurement system for toxins in your food?" one asked, horrified. "For heat," I corrected. Then, as every scanner in the room went haywire, I took a big bite. Chaos. Alarms blared. Students stumbled back in shock. I just chewed slowly, swallowed, and grinned. "Needs more comin'." Professor Venix was aghast. "You deliberately consumed a substance that causes pain receptors to fire. Why?" And that was the million-dollar question. "Because we can," I told them. "You've all made eating safe, predictable. You've removed all the risk, all the danger. You forgot that eating is fundamentally an act of conquest." I pointed at my chili. "My ancestors ate peppers that tried to kill them, and they decided to make them spicier. While your species were evolving past survival instincts, humans were evolving new ones, the ability to enjoy what should hurt us, to turn poison into pleasure. You call it primitive. I call it proof that humanity doesn't just survive in hostile environments. We throw dinner parties in them." The professor, intrigued, extended a tendril to taste it. His scales flashed bright yellow. "Extraordinary. It's a dish that simultaneously threatens and nourishes. That's humanity for you," I said. "We're the species that looked at death and asked if it came with fries." By the end of class, every single one of them had tried it. They were gasping, their eyes were watering, and they were all asking for more. Even Zelther came up to me, clutching a neutralization tablet. I may have judged too quickly. "This chili is primitive ... But maybe that's not an insult. I just clapped him on the shoulder. "Stick around. Wait until you try hot wings." The Galactic Culinary Institute was about to learn that sometimes the most sophisticated ingredient isn't a rare crystal or a blast of pure energy. Sometimes it's just a little bit of danger. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this little taste of human culinary spirit, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more stories. See you next time.